Milo TV, bada boom, bada bam, bada zoom.
Yeah.
Milo TV, bada bim, bada bam, bada bam.
Yeah.
Bada zoom, zoom, zoom.
Milo TV, bada boom. Wait, hold on, go again. Milo TV, bada bim, bada boom, bada bam.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment in the comment section, click that notification bell, and guys, Milo TV is where it's at, so don't forget. I don't know.
Milo TV GH Toronto, Canada. Body bin, body wung, body beb. Ear.
Milo TV, barabim, barabum, barabim. Yeah.
Milo TV, bada bim, bada bim, bada bam. Yeah.
Yeah.
Milo TV, bada bim, bada boom, bada bam.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's here too.
Okay.
Milo TV, bada bing, bada boom, bada bim. That's it.
Milo TV GH Toronto, Canada. Body bin, body wung, body beb. Ear.
TV Toronto, Canada. Subscribe if today is your first time. Like my videos, comment, and then share. Bada bim, bada boom, bada bam. Alright, so people, this is Milo TV Toronto, Canada. Subscribe if today is your first time watching my YouTube channel. Kindly like my videos, comment, and then share. Okay, so gradually you guys, you've been amazing. You've helped us to reach 30,000. We are almost like 31,000 subscribers. So why wouldn't I say thank you so much, bravo. Through your subscription, we've gotten to this far. However, we are privileged to have Mr. Jacob, who happens to be an immigration consultant. He's been in the industry for a while. Now, the main reason why this man is here is that we have a lot of immigrants from Africa, from Ghana, Benin, Togo, Cameroon, Ivory Coast, Niger, Nigeria, like so many countries. However, this, our brother, our dad, our uncle, hails or he comes from Africa, precisely South Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mr. Jacob. Mr. Jacob, once again, you are welcome to Milo TV.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty well too. All right, so first of all, I will say thank you for coming. We are privileged to see you today as well.
My pleasure.
All right, so could you explain a bit about yourself to our numerous viewers?
A brief introduction. My name is Yakub Bayat. I'm from South Africa. I'm here in Canada about almost 40 years. And I've been doing this business as an immigration consultant for a number of years now. I'm very happy actually to be able to have this opportunity to assist all people, whoever walks into my office, but it's a real pleasure to help my fellow brothers and sisters from Africa. My office is in Etobicoke. It's very central, almost near the Highway 427. The address is Unit 203 and the street is 450 the West Mall, M9C1E9. My telephone number 416-878-6716, and you are always welcome to contact me.
Fantastic. All right, so he's already introduced himself, his office. So what time do you start working?
Our normal operating hours from Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. in the morning to 5. That's the regular
5 p.m.
hours, 5 p.m.
Oh.
However, if many of us, we are working, it's difficult at times to make this time slot.
Sure.
If you call me and you ask me for a time outside this, I will certainly accommodate you.
Fantastic. All right, so Mr. Jacob, I will start asking you questions, and I'd like you to know if you have any question, go straight to the comment section and then put it there. Now, the reason why I call Mr. Jacob is that he is
from Africa, precisely South Africa. So he knows the African terrain pretty much, what to say and what not to say. And of course, he's gotten the experience. He has the experience to sort of help you to get your permanent resident here in Canada. I'll ask you a question. How much do you pay for, let's say, those people we call back home the connection man to get you the visa? And the word visa means that come visit and then go back. But this man is here to let you get what we call Canada's permanent resident, as well as try to get any benefit that you enjoy here in North America. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Prince Kojitiria, MC Milo, Canada-based Ghanaian journalist and a YouTuber. All right, let's set the ball rolling, Mr. Jacob. Okay, so I had numerous guys who just came from back home. Sometimes when they get to the airport, they will seek asylum.
Right.
But mostly, they will not know what to tell the Border Patrol officers.
Right.
So when they get to see you, is there any means you could, sort of assist them?
So let's start with those who actually end up at the border control. If you are coming from back home, many people have a valid visitor visa, they have a valid student visa. Unfortunately, due to the political environment that is currently we are experiencing, many of them get stopped at the airport and they are asked multiple questions. And even though they have a valid visa, the officer sometimes, and he has the power, he wants to turn them around and send them back home. Now, if that is the case, you have two options. Either you submit to that request and you get back on the plane and you go home, or your other option, if you want to stay, is you can ask for asylum. The moment you express your desire to seek asylum, they are obligated, the officer is obligated by law, he has to take you aside, listen to you, fill out some paperwork and let you stay. Nothing bad happens to you. He'll let you go. Once he lets you go, feel free to contact me and I can assist you from that point. If you don't mind, what was the second half of the question?
All right, so I was just asking, sometimes most of our people will come and they will say, okay, I see asylum, or I at the port of entry, I tried to seek asylum, and this is what I told them. But at that moment, I wasn't with myself.
Absolutely.
So I couldn't tell them what exactly was happening to me or what I was going through. Right. So is it possible, you being the immigration consultant, could add something to what he told the Border Patrol officer?
Thank you for the reminder, Prince.
You're welcome.
This is actually a very common occurrence. Somebody comes to the border and they do seek asylum. Unfortunately, it's a very stressful situation and they don't know what to say. And quite often they end up saying things that are actually not good for their case. Can we correct it? The answer is an absolute yes. If you came to me, I would do many different things to be able to resurrect your claim, to change your story. We are allowed, actually you are by law allowed, but you have to show some good reason why your story is now altered or different from what you related at the border. Okay. And there are many things we can do to facilitate that.
Okay, so what you mean is that if you should tell them this, and let's say you see a lawyer, you wanted to add something to the case, you could add.
We can add to the case and we can also change. You have to justify, because you are going to end up being in front of a judge. The judge is going to ask you this question.
Okay.
You said story A at the airport and now you have story B. As long as I can help you to come up with a good reason why. There are cases where people feel intimidated.
Yeah.
They are so mixed up. They don't even know what to say. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your maturity level. Anybody who's in a very high stress situation they end up, because of the fear, they say things just to stay because their life is in danger.
Yeah.
So they will say anything. And if we explain this in a good manner, there's actually precedent, there's law that will help you. Why we change? Why now that you are relaxed and you are sitting with me, the real story comes out. So absolutely, we can help you with that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jacob. And my next question is that, is it possible, you see, most guys are here, most of them are not working, most of them, they have their work permit looking for a job, they're not getting the job yet. So let's say somebody comes to see you in your office and the person wants to do like, he wanted you to split like installment basis. Is it possible?
You know, this is a very, very, very important question because your entire claim revolves around who you choose as your counsel. It's the key for your living in Canada. If you are going to make this decision based on purely on what you pay and you're looking for the guy who charges you the lowest money, you're going to end up with somebody that doesn't really have any incentive to put time and effort to win you your case. Now, if I can step just one step back.
Okay.
When you apply for a visa, we know in Ghana, in Nigeria, we get somebody, a helper, an assistant, an agent, call him whatever you want, travel agent, to get you a visitor visa, which is basically permission to come to Canada, stay a few days, weeks, months, and go back. A lot of us are prepared to give our life savings. We give $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 just for a visitor visa. I would like to ask you, if somebody like me offered you the possibility that I will give you or I will help you facilitate that you get your Canadian permanent residence, the question would be, how much is that worth to you? Is it 3, 4, 5,000 like for the visa, or do you think that it's valued more? I believe my experience would be able to help you to be able to get your permanent residence.
Fantastic.
And yes, the money will be a little bit, not much more, a little bit more than the visa. Very reasonable amount. You may not, and I understand very well where you are coming from, you may not have that money with you. You have spent it all getting to Canada. I can help you with that too. I will say to you, let's give you some time. My practice is based on your comfort. I make sure I get you your work permit. Only after you get your work permit, I work out something for you that makes it easy, depending on your circumstance, how you pay me. And if you like, if Milo TV gives me the time, I can even explain to you further the details about this.
Okay, so all right, so we are here talking about Ghana, South Africa, but hey, listen to me. I'll let you know that this man is not just helping only Ghanaians, South Africans, Cameroonians, Nigerians. Just call his phone number, get in touch with him, regardless of which country you are from. He is going to help you get your stay in Canada. Mr. Jacob, let me ask you, do you just do just the immigration hearing stuff, or you do, if let's say somebody meet a woman, he wanted to marry the woman, or if let's say like humanitarian, tell us a bit about those kind of, if somebody want to sponsor the case, you know, or do you do all this?
Yeah, so immigration is a very, very wide subject. People seem to know about asylum a lot because recently there's been a lot of asylum cases, but there are people who come here and get married. The person who is Canadian sponsors the new person who has just come. We do that. It's a category of immigration.
Sure.
We get somebody who's here already. They may be a permanent resident, they may be a citizen. They want to bring somebody over, whether it's their parent or their child. They want to get a student permit for somebody from overseas. They want to get it. It doesn't matter which category. We are equipped to handle any category. I do all of that. So you call me, you let me know what your issues are, and I will give you the best options for you. That brings me to another very important issue.
Okay.
you will find that almost across the board, any consultant lawyer you go to, they will charge you a consultation fee.
Sure.
Now, being from Africa, knowing that the difficult situation most of us are in, including non-Africans, I will give you a free consult.
Oh wow, that's nice. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And whether you come back to me after I give you the free consult or you don't, I always end up with one more offer to anybody that walks in my office. And I tell them, even if you don't choose to use my service, feel free to call me again if you have any queries.
Wow, that is good of you.
Yeah.
All right, so may I ask you this question? Back to the immigration and let me ask you specifically, which people who qualifies to be an asylum seeker?
Okay. There are some very simple, I would say, requirements to be able to qualify as an asylum seeker. Canada, like many other countries, we have signed on to the UN Convention on Refugees. And that's a very, very clear-cut, specific description of who qualifies. If you have experienced political persecution because of your ideas about what's good in politics in your country, and you can prove that because of your ideas, the governing party or any party has persecuted you, you can get asylum.
Okay, right.
If you are experiencing any kind of persecution or violence from anybody who has power and authority, for example, the police, or a politician, or a big businessman, as we know, big businessmen always, they have power, they have sway over politicians, over police. If you can prove that, you can seek asylum. If you are part of what is very commonly known today as LGBTQ+, that you have a alternative lifestyle, and because of that you are persecuted, you can seek asylum and you can receive it because it is part of the convention. If there's anything to do with either religion as we know it, you follow some religion, some kind of a belief, and somebody is persecuting you because of that, you can get asylum in Canada.
Okay.
In Africa, we know one common issue is land dispute.
Land dispute.
If you can prove that you are being persecuted, your life is in danger, you can get asylum.
Okay.
Chieftaincy.
Chieftaincy dispute.
If somebody is forcing you and for whatever reason you don't want it, it doesn't matter what the reason is, but if they are persecuting you because of this, you can get asylum.
Oh.
If you are, and this may seem unfair, but that's the law.
Okay.
If you are a woman,
Okay.
and women we know are vulnerable by nature. So if she is being persecuted for any reason and we can prove it's because she's a woman, she cannot get help, she can seek asylum.
Okay, I'll end you continue. I'll let you continue, but hold on. I know a lady back home before she started doing like dreadlocks.
Yes.
And the family sort of neglected her.
Right.
Is that possible? Could she stand on that to sort of seek asylum?
Now,
She changed everything to be a Rastafarian. The dress code,
absolutely. You know, Rastafarian, if you read up even just 2 minutes on Rastafarian, it is a recognized form of belief. As we know, we may be Christian, we may be Muslim. Rastafarian is another religion.
But the family hate to see her.
Exactly. And therefore, she is being persecuted, she is being oppressed, she is being treated badly.
Yeah.
Your life only doesn't have to be in danger. If you are always ill-treated, if you can prove it, she can seek asylum.
Wow. And female genital.
Oh, that's a big one. That's a very big one. I mean, female genital mutilation, I mean, this is, first of all, I'm not sure why people still do it, but that you can say absolutely, you almost don't even have to make a case. They know that it exists and the person will get asylum. Like, you can almost be guaranteed.
Tribal marks.
Tribal marks, if you are being forced to do that, I mean, this is mutilation of a different kind. If you resisted and because of that you were being persecuted, absolutely. You know, these are very clear cut. Somebody's asking to force you to mutilate your body. You know?
Yeah. Let's say my mom
Yeah.
is a Muslim, my
Yeah.
dad is a Christian.
Right.
Now, I grew up, and because I wasn't with my mom and dad, I tried to change. Maybe I want to be I want to join a different religious background.
Right.
And my family, my dad say, hey, if you go there, I will not spare you, I will do this.
Right.
And that one too, you go.
Absolutely. The convention basically tries to guarantee every human the rights. You have a right to be free. You have the right to believe what you would like to believe. Obviously, the greater good of mankind comes into play. In other words, you can't believe in something that hurts other people. As long as your belief is good without disturbing the rest of the community, if somebody is forcing you, if somebody doesn't want you to do that, they are persecuting you for it, that is definitely a ground for asylum.
Okay, Milo TV, Toronto, Canada. We have Mr. Jacob here. Mr. Jacob, let me ask you a question. I'm a student.
Right.
I'm a Christian. I live with my mom, dad. I'm done with school. I have to go, like, let's say tertiary. So when I got to tertiary, I changed and I became, like, let's say gay or lesbian and those homosexual stuff. Now, my family decided not to see me again based on the fact that I am into LGBTQ. Is that possible? Can I use that ground too?
Yes, this is one of the listed grounds. In other words, you are part of a specific group. As long as you can show that, you can show some incidents in your life that this is what you chose, and because of that, certain things happened back home, that you were persecuted, that you were shunned, that your family broke all ties with you, that even in general, while you were in the street, at work, people give you a hard time. This is actually a very good reason why asylum will be granted to you. All you have to do is you have to be able to articulate this story. You have to be able to say it and show that these things happen to you. Do they require proof? The answer is, a very general answer is no. Whatever an asylum seeker says is regarded to be the truth. So I want all of you to pay very careful attention. Whatever an asylum seeker says is regarded as the truth until such time in the hearing where the asylum seeker, him or herself, shows the judge that he is not speaking the truth. And how do you do that? By changing your story in the hearing. You need to keep to your story. You need to know what happened to you. You need to know when it happened to you. You need to know who was giving you problems. And you just stay with the story. Keep it simple. And as long as you don't contradict yourself, they have to assume that everything you say is the truth.
Okay. So, Mr. Jacob, during my term, like my terms is that, like, when I came as a refugee, I was invited to go to 74 Victoria Street in downtown for my hearing. Okay, so now they've changed everything.
Right.
And I'd like to know, so now that they've been doing it on cameras and stuff, how does somebody prepare during his or her hearing?
Right. Just a little bit more detail about how these hearings take place nowadays. It all basically started with COVID. They decided they don't want people to be in close contact with each other. So now, if you are even renting in a basement, you can have the hearing with you alone in the basement. They require that you be alone in the room.
Okay.
Or you can opt to come to me. If I was your consultant, your lawyer, you come to my office and sit with me. They allow that.
Okay.
But you can't sit with anybody else. The judge will be sitting separately, either downtown or it doesn't matter where in Canada the judge is. So the whole hearing is held in camera and it's online. You don't get to meet the judge. It actually makes it a lot more comfortable, and I would coach you how to conduct yourself during the meeting, because they do have some rules.
Okay.
And I will make it so that you are very comfortable. We have some mock trials before your hearing.
Okay.
This is part of the service I offer.
Okay.
By the time we get to the hearing, hopefully you will be a lot more comfortable than before the help that I give you.
All right. So this is Milo TV Toronto, Canada. Subscribe, like, comment, and then share. All right. So what I want you to do right now is go straight to the comment section and say whatever you want to say. Please do not put any word like that will not benefit this program. Try your best to put something very nice so we could all help one another. I invited Mr. Jacob because of you. Because of you, we are here to help one another. Today, this man is really going deep, trying to let you know what to say and what not to say. How, and I mean, when to sort of express yourself. All right, so Mr. Jacob, let's do this here. Okay, so let's say I'm in Canada. My time is up. They call me to come for hearing. I didn't prepare well. I went to hearing. During my case, they will be asking me questions. I'll be doing this, doing that, doing this, doing that, and the lawyers, the judge, and the immigration board will say, "Okay, go. We'll call you." Before you realize, brown paper, my friend, your case has been dismissed. Leave Canada. What is the next step?
So once you get a rejection, the very simple steps are you can appeal.
Okay.
If you feel that the judge has not been fair, you definitely can appeal.
Okay.
Should your appeal fail, there's another step.
Okay.
It's called a PRA, pre-removal risk assessment.
Okay.
You can prove, well, you have the chance rather to prove at that point that your life will still be in danger should you be removed. And you have to also prove that if they let you stay in Canada, you are not a danger to anybody in Canada. What is the risk of you staying in Canada? If you pass that, okay, but let's assume you fail that. Then comes the last option.
The last option.
The last option.
The last but not the least.
That's right. And
or the last and the least. That one after that.
Okay, this option is called the humanitarian and compassion curve.
Okay.
So, although everything else failed, you are asking the judge, please let me stay. And how do you do that? You don't just say, please let me stay. You have to give a little bit more than that. So you have to show the judge, look, I've been here, maybe by this time it's 3, 4, 5 years.
Okay.
I have been a good citizen. I have got no criminal record. I have been volunteering either in the church or it doesn't matter, maybe in an old age home. That I have been, some people, they are very focused. They go work in the healthcare industry. They show the government that, look, this is a very acute care industry. It requires people. They are running short. I made sure I went into that industry, and I'm one of the people that the country needs right now. You make a strong case about you. Basically, you have to be a salesman and sell yourself to the government as somebody that Canada will benefit should they allow you to stay.
Okay.
And if you can do that, make the judge feel perhaps a little bit of sympathy for you, proud of you that you are such a good citizen, they allow you to stay. It is very subjective, very, very subjective, meaning it depends entirely on what you say and what the judge thinks.
Wow. All right, so Mr. Jacob, thank you so much. This is our second time of meeting, and I would say today you've dived deep into the ocean and we've gotten some fishes, not even a fish, some fishes to swallow or to do whatever we want to do with it. But before we go, I have one more question. Can international students seek asylum?
In Canada, anybody can seek asylum.
Okay.
So There are some very, very, very fine rules. Don't worry about those rules. They're too fine to discuss. But just remember the general rule. Anybody can seek asylum.
As far as your life is in danger back home.
There are so many things besides life in danger. The list I gave you. Anybody can seek asylum.
Okay.
Okay. And although we did go over it earlier in this video, I want to tell all of you that even if you have a job that is minimum wage, the way I will assist you is that after you buy your food, you pay your rent, you buy clothing, send money home, pay for your phone, all your travel with TTC, you will be able to pay me within 1 year or maybe a year and a half. You will be able to pay me. I will make it so that you are comfortable.
Thank you so much. I have a question for you.
Yes.
Is it possible, can a refugee here in Canada send money back home?
A refugee can send money back home. Anybody can send money back home. Sending money home, meaning the financial rules that restrict the flow of money or regulate the flow of money, has absolutely nothing to do with your status. Whether you have status or don't have status, sending money back home, receiving money from outside is a completely different issue. And yes, absolutely, you can send as much as you want or get as much as you want. Which also brings us to the other point. When you come to me, almost all the time people are in a difficult situation. I, as an extra service, will assist you to get social service, whatever is available, to help you with housing, should you have an issue. Housing is difficult, I have to warn you. In Ontario, it's very difficult.
Yeah.
But I will assist you the best I can. I have assisted people in the past. If you have any tax issue with the government about filing your taxes, I do that for all my clients. I file the taxes.
Oh wow! So you throw one stone and you kill like many birds.
Yes. So if you have to get married and you need a divorce from Ghana, I will help you with that. A divorce issue is very big. It's a big hindrance for people who want to get married. I have worked the system. I know how it works now. You have that issue, I will sort it out for you.
Okay. All right. So what question do you have again? Let me know, or go straight to the comment section. We are here to help, my dear brother, my dear sister. So, Mr. Jacob, so all you need to do in Canada is that stay away from trouble.
Stay away from trouble. This is the main thing, because at the end of the day, the immigration system, when they have to make a decision that is based on the just your story, your situation, when the judge has to make a very subjective decision, he just looks at you, whether you are decent enough to be allowed to live in Canada. Basically, that's the bottom line. So stay away from trouble, be good. I mean, you don't have time, you know, you're trying to find your way in Canada, you're working hard, you don't really have the time, you know, so it's easy to stay out of trouble, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is where we come to the end of today's video. At least we have like 32 minutes of interaction, like talking to Mr. Jacob, trying his best to. And before we go, if you have anything to tell my dear people.
There's one thing that came to me, because a lot of people have been calling me, a lot of students.
Okay.
And many of them have had problems with the SIN number, S-I-N number. They are very worried that they were working when they shouldn't have been working, using the SIN number when they shouldn't be using the SIN number. The questions are so many. If you have any question about your SIN number, about working, call me. I don't charge you. I will tell you the answer on the phone.
Okay.
I will guide you the best way I can, and you will be very happy.
To renew your...
How to work with your SIN number, how to, if you did something wrong, how to fix it, what to do, how does it affect your schooling, how does it affect your PGWP, the work permit that you're going to be applying for. Any question, whatever the combination of your questions are, call me and ask me.
Alright.
Just bear with me because I get so many calls. If I don't take your call the first or second time, it's because I was busy. I will take your call. Just be patient and persevere. Try me again and try me a third time too. I'm not ignoring you. I'm just busy because I'm trying to help so many people.
Yes.
But I will. If you text me, that's even better. Leave me your contact information. That way I can get back to you, your name, a very brief story about what is your issue. That way when I call you, our time is also very productive because I already prepared some answers for you.
All right, so what time would you ask my people to start calling or be sending you messages specifically? Is it on weekends or weekdays? What time do you want them to?
You can call me any day, but if it is the weekday, please try to call me after 3 p.m.
Okay.
And if it's the weekend, if you call me the first half of the day, it is very good for me because in the evenings I like to relax with the family.
Okay. So specifically, we can start calling from 3 p.m. to let's say 5. 4, 5.
In the weekday?
Yeah, weekday.
No. After 3 p.m. Even if you call me in the evening, I'm okay.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
okay.
So my dear brothers, my dear sister, I'm just trying to let you know what time you have to call him. Try not to be calling anytime. You know they have work to do. They have to represent people at the immigration hearing and so many things. So, Mr. Jacob, I was having some question in mind, but I don't know where it escaped to. Pretty much it was like the PGWP and the what we call you drive all the way to the border and then you tell
flag polling.
Yes.
Flag polling.
Is this still going on?
It is still going. It's ongoing process.
polling.
Flag polling. Basically, what it means, at any border there's flags of both countries.
Okay.
So at the U.S. border, what the people normally do is they end up going to the border office to get some work done. You can either apply, as we normally do, to get, let's say, a work permit, and it sometimes takes months when you apply the regular way.
Okay.
When you drive to the border, you go through the border, you go to the US side and just turn around and come back. When you come back, now you got to go back through the Canadian border.
Okay.
And then you tell them, I need to get my work permit. And people used to get it done within an hour or two.
Okay.
What has happened is it has become too common and too many people started doing that. So the government has put their foot down and now they have restricted it to certain borders.
Okay.
So it depends which city you live in. If you Google which border is still doing flag polling, you will be able to know which border to go to. So that's one fast way of getting some paperwork done, like to renew your work permit or your student permit, those kind of things. Those are easy processes and they do them at the border, flag polling.
All right.
You had one more question besides that.
So, seeking asylum at the port of entry and seeking asylum inside Canada, which one is the best option?
Yeah, if you seek asylum at the port of entry, they have pros and cons. You get your paperwork very quick, you get your work permit very quick. That is the pro. What is the con? What's the bad part? When you're at the port of entry, you are almost inevitably nervous. And the officer may write, I have actually a case like this, the officer may write things that you really didn't mean to say. I'll give you a very good example. A client was at the border and I'm not sure what he said. He says the officer misunderstood and the officer wrote that he was a gang member back home. Now that actually puts a very big dent in your asylum case.
So to me, I prefer.
So what happens when you come in Canada and apply? Once you're inside Canada and apply, your work permit and your paperwork will be maybe 2 months late. Now 2 months in the whole grand scheme of things is really nothing. That 2 months, you have a chance to meet somebody, hopefully me, and I will assist you to make sure that I take your story, write it in a manner that will actually make you pass your hearing. So in the grand scheme of things, 2 months is really nothing.
Okay, so if somebody has been here for like 2-3 years, 4 years,
Right.
can the person still seek asylum?
You definitely can seek asylum. I'll give you a real example. I have done successfully an asylum case where the person came to me after 5 years
Wow.
of being illegal, out of status.
Out of status.
Out of status.
Hmm.
They will definitely ask you why. Why did you wait 5 years, or 3 years, or 3 months? You have to give them a plausible, good answer, something that's believable. And once we talk to you, once we find out your situation, we can definitely assist you to articulate a good reason why you were late. It could be that you were so traumatized, that you were so scared. Anybody that is of some position, you were scared to go talk to them, even a lawyer, because people become traumatized. You know?
Yeah, I know. It's
Yeah.
part of life.
So there's a lot of reasons, and we definitely can assist you with that.
All right, Mr. Jacob, we are almost like 40 minutes.
Yeah, well, the last thing again, people sometimes they ask, they didn't get the number because we only
Okay,
gave
your
it to
phone
you
number.
in the beginning. Please call me 416
416
878
878
6716.
6716.
Yeah.
Can you repeat again?
416 878 6716. And the address 450 The West Mall. And that's in Etobicoke.
Etobicoke.
M9C1E9.
Your email address.
Email address info at bayatimmigration.com. Bayat is my last name, BAYAT. So info, very easy,
Yeah.
at bayatimmigration.com.
All right. Thank you very much.
You are certainly welcome.
Nice talking to you, Mr. Jacob.
It's always
So
my
far, so
pleasure.
good. One of the best interviews I've ever had as far as this YouTube channel is
I
concerned.
really
It's
appreciate
today.
it. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
And
All
yeah,
right. See you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. So for Milo TV, Toronto, Canada, and my name is Frank White. Sana, me am a friend. Now, I was teacher. Or asem kitua bi a one ye nuanam Ghana for a ye wo produce mo be che. I was gradually no your dominance na ye big. Ya se e dori pa na kwasi boy nkomo wo se nkomo ho.
Oh, we dey nkomo kitu after am go Milo TV.
Yeah.
We dey tumo nim wa wo pese wo divorce a wo pese wo ye. Simple divorce a wo pese wo ye. E fa nkomo lawyer.
Okay.
Wo frame ya. Any lawyers na dey by bona lawyer na obeje wo no. Just ana me.
Obeje.
You know. Say bi a pese wo ye divorce na ye simple. Fair. The number is 416
Okay.
826
Okay.
3099. Offer now children say more. Let me I am.
All right.
And found my lawyer no I do scan.
They were.
Actually,
All right. Okay, so sanity wadama fafaha na ebeboa wate. All right.